Matt Lenihan Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store. We've been joined by Solomon Dacres. Solomon, you mentioned there 2 weeks' notice. Tough fight. He was gaming there tonight. Give you a tough fight. What do you make of your performance? What's your sort of initial reaction?
Yeah, not my best performance by any means. You know, I didn't feel as fit as I should have been, as sharp. Obviously, 2 weeks' notice, not a long time at all. But it was either that or wait around till next year. And I'm always saying I want to fight and be active. And you know, something like that is going to be much more important than staying in the gym and sparring. Even though it was a very close fight, full credit to Webster, but I think that's better experience under the lights.
Does that set you up well for going into the new year? You mentioned there, obviously, sometimes you have to have just a tough fight because, like you said, you'd have been sitting around if not. Is activity going to play a huge part for you next year, like keeping you a bit more active so that you can, you're not fighting off any ring rust or injuries or whatever else?
Yeah, definitely. That's more beneficial for me. Even though it's in front of everyone, it's the equivalent of, not having your best spar, getting through it. But I did it under the lights, on a short notice. I've got the win, that's the main thing, and we can just keep going on to the next. I'll be much improved.
You've bounced over to Queensberry, and obviously this is the place to be for heavyweights. A plethora of talent everywhere. Obviously Fabio Wardley, the man you want, free agent, but you've got the British title. You wanting to bounce straight into that, or you wanting another one before it? Where's your mindset at after that?
Yeah, I still want to bounce into it because I know that's a good experience for me in the ring, and I'm going to have a nice long camp for a fight like that. I'll be much ready, much more fit, and all those sort of things. So I'm still confident in my own abilities.
You've been calling for that fight for a while now. You were in Saudi, I saw you in Saudi. He's obviously done what he needs to do at that level. He's had the belt. Do you think in your heart of hearts that he'll have that fight with you? He'll vacate. What's your gut sort of telling you?
I'm not really sure. The vibe I was getting before was that he was sort of avoiding. He didn't really want to fight me. Kind of tricky fight. I think that performance there, it might help the fight get made. He might think, he wasn't so sharp there. But you know what? Like I said, I'll be a lot sharper in the ring against him.
Does it matter to you? Does it matter to you who you fight? 'Cause I speak to a lot of fighters, and especially the ones at the high end who are like, look, I want a world title, and you're like, well, but look at all these big fights here, the names domestically. Is it about the belt, or is it about the name for you? Because it's always nice to do it against, obviously, the likes of a Fabio Wardley and the other heavyweights who are knocking around that division. Does it matter to you who it is?
Not really. I'm someone that wants the belts. The belts are what's prestigious. Obviously, the names that I hold them at the time make the belt. So I'm going for the belts, really. I'm not going for names. Whoever holds the belt, I'm not going to shy away from them, whoever it is. So I want titles in boxing, and obviously at title level, they're going to be good fighters because that's why the title fights at the end of the day.
If you can't obviously get that fight next for whatever reason, things in boxing, look, it's not a straightforward game. It's not like football where you definitely get to fight play someone next. So there's a lot of big names firing around. If it can't be Fabio, who do you want?
Anyone, I leave it to my management, my matchmaking team, my coach, and that to see what opponents are viable for us. I've showed that I always want to do something that's going to press me on a little bit, another level each fight. Don't want to hang around with journeyman. I'm still only 8-0. You could say I'm a novice pro, but I'm fighting in title fights, 10 rounders. So, just leave it to my team.
You're obviously an accomplished amateur. You obviously came with that big reputation, and we can see why where you throw your jab and things like that. How much more have we got to see? I know if you've got the levels, we'll have a lot more, but have we only seen like a small percentage of what you're capable of? Because people always talk about the fights, the excitement, the knockouts. What else have we got to see from you?
A lot, look at all the champions, in the first 10 pro fights. You're not seeing what they're capable of, when they become champions and how much more improvements they can get. Look at like Tyson Fury in 10 fights and look at how he ends up. You know what I mean? Tight fights and stuff like that. So you're going to just see constant improvement. I'm going to keep getting better.
Well, look, it's going to be a huge year for you next year. We touched on it at the press conference. You've got a message for everyone who's got behind you and has supported you on this journey?
Yeah, just stick with me. I'm going to keep improving, much more better performances than I did tonight. But get the wins, and the main thing is I'll keep getting the wins.
100%. Well, Saul, look, I always appreciate giving Boxing Social some of your time. We look forward to seeing you next fight, and good luck for what's going to be, I think, a big 2024 for you.
Definitely. Thank you very much.